Thanks very much for joining. This week, I thought it would be really important to talk about actually what a head coach's role is on game day when you're talking about grassroots amateur rugby. Unfortunately, we've not got a big stand to stand in, and we've not got a big walkie-talkie to be sending messages down to the sideline to get substitutions on. It's not as glamorous as all of that. Most of the time, we're out there setting up the pitch, putting the corner flags in, putting the post protectors on, long before the boys get down there to warm up and start the game. But that's all part of amateur, that's all part of community rugby, and that's all part of being a coach, I guess, and not being a player anymore. One thing I have realised, and one thing I'm going to really try and work on this season, is actually what my role is during the game. Because we spoke about it a few weeks ago, that actually, as a coach, there's not too much you can do when the game is going on. And actually, sitting and reflecting on that, I realised that's because I've still got the mentality of a player. I'm still very much watching the ball. I'm still very much watching what the opposition are doing and trying to figure out how to get round that, how to change that. And I'm almost too overly involved in the game. Now, what I'm going to try and do this year is try and take a little bit more of a backward step, because actually as a coach, what I should be doing is concentrating a little bit more about our team. Should be concentrating a little bit more about who's looking like they're flagging, who's not quite getting the shape right, who do I need to just have a little pep talk to and chat to try and bring them back into the game, try and get them playing the game that I know they can do, or including their role of what I'm looking for from them. Because I get really, really hyped up on game day, just like I did as a player. I want to be out there. I'm almost ripping paints off the walls before the kickoff starts, and I'm just as nervous and I'm just as kind of hyped up as the players. And, you know, that's great to show the passion and show that I want to be out there with them, and I want to transfer that passion onto them so they can put it forward on the pitch. But actually, as a head coach, that's not probably the best way to kind of go about doing this. I need to be a lot more level-headed. I need to look at the bigger picture rather than just the little bits that are happening in front. And that's not going to be easy. That's not going to be an overnight process for me. And it's going to take me probably the whole of this season to get that right. But I think for myself, it's going to be really important to do that. Because actually what I've missed the past couple of years is I've missed when boys are struggling. I've missed when guys are needing to kind of come off, when there's an injury, when they are struggling to fit into the shape, when they're just having an off day and they need to kind of come off. I've missed all of that because I've been looking at the action. I've been focusing on the ball. I've been focusing on the little minor details of, are they getting the tackle technique right? Are they in the right place for the ball? Are they kind of moving and shipping it on? Are they using that overlap? And actually what I'm going to try and do this year is give them more of the rein in terms of the game and hope that they see and they open up and they play what's in front of them. And my role is going to be a lot more about the tiny little intricacies, trying to get people in the right positions, trying to get them moving forward in the right way, setting up the right plays, setting up the way that we want to play. And that's going to be really hard. It's going to be really alien for me to do that. And I'll probably struggle, if I'm honest, for the first couple of games. And I'll question myself and I'll question if I'm doing it right. But actually, what I'm going to try and do is have a little pen, have a little notebook on the sidelines and make notes as we're going through, because making notes and keeping myself focused is really important about that, and trying to make notes about how we can improve, how we can change, what we need to do in the next coming weeks as we learn from games about what we need to do in training. So it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be overnight, but that's one little goal that I've set myself, to try and change actually my role on a game day in terms of, as the game's playing, what am I looking at? What am I focusing on? What am I trying to achieve and do with that? So leave a little comment. I'm really intrigued to know what you want to take away from this season as a coach, what you want to learn. So, as always, like, comment, subscribe, follow us on all the other social media platforms. It would be great to get the numbers up and try and push forward with these videos and get a few more people involved and spread the word that coaching is for everybody and everybody can get involved.